Hi, my name is Daniel Brown, and I'm the CEO of Myriad Real Estate Group. Today we are going to talk about the pros and cons of using a discount brokerage. So first off, what is a discount brokerage? Discount brokerage is going to be an agency that for a flat fee or a very steeply discounted fee will list your home for you. They typically provide very limited services. So a lot of your flat fee companies will just put a lockbox on the home and throw it up in the MLS. They may not even take photos. They may put that responsibility on you, or they'll walk through with their cell phone and snap some quick shots. Anytime you get any offers or the communication with the buyer's agents can sometimes directly go to you. Other times they may step in to help with scheduling or show you the offers, but aren't really going to give you any sort of guidance. So you're really kind of going at it alone when you go with a lot of the discount brokerages. For them, it's about volume, and that's how they make their money, and they want homes to sell quickly. They're not going to spend a lot of time on it. They're not going to coach you, guide you through the process. And so you may end up leaving a lot of money on the table because this isn't something that you do every day like we do. The pros are it's going to be much cheaper to sell your property, right? Because you're paying less in fees. However, like I said, they're not going to fight for you to get a higher dollar amount. And in this market, even though homes are selling quickly, on average, they're selling above the list price. I think in Maricopa County, that's $15,000 tends to be the average that homes are selling above the list price. But if you're not working for your client to negotiate, I think you end up leaving a lot of money on the table. If you're going at this alone, you may look and say, oh wow, this person's offering me so much money for my home, I'm gonna go with that one. But then you're not thinking about, well, the home has to appraise for this. So if you're in the process of negotiating, can I get that buyer to waive their appraisal contingency and guarantee that they're gonna pay me this price when the home doesn't appraise? Inspections. You know, if you're going at it by yourself or with limited representation, are they going to negotiate that inspection period to be much shorter or even waived altogether, or convince the buyer to purchase your home in as-is condition? So there's a lot of things that can be played into this that your average person may not know about, and a discount brokerage won't relay to you because they're all about churning and burning. So I've talked a lot about iBuyers, your open doors and offer pads. I am not one of those agents that hates them. I actually really like them and I like working with them. I've got friends and I've made relationships with people that work there, and they provide an amazing service to people in certain situations. You know, for a time when last year when homes were selling like crazy and the market was insane, which it still is, but they were grossly overpaying for properties during that time because they had to. In order to even get inventory on their books, they had to way overpay for a property. And if you remember all the way back to 2020, which I know is hard for a lot of us, they stopped buying everything altogether. So they had no inventory. And the only way they're making money, the only way they're doing anything is if they are buying properties. So to ramp back up, they were grossly overpaying for homes. So I would go, and I still do, go into listing appointments, present these as options to our clients, present them the offers that come from Open Door and Offer Pad, and then let them know what I think I can sell it on the open market for. Now, is there a possibility that it can sell for more on the open market? Absolutely. But I give them my realistic thoughts on what the home could sell for. So they have three options. And then it's up to them, and we kind of talk through the pros and cons of each. Sometimes Open Door and Offer Pad will make an offer more than what I think I can sell it for on the open market, and I advise the client, you should absolutely take this offer all day. Open Door will do an exterior walkthrough of the property, and they will always ask you for a credit in lieu of repairs, just based on the age of the home, the information that we give them, and then that exterior walkthrough. Usually has to do with roofs and AC units. OfferPad, on the other hand, will do a full home inspection, and they too will ask you for a credit in lieu of repair. So always take that into consideration. Now, both companies will pay me directly for bringing you to the table. So your fees for me tend to be much lower than if we were going to the open market. And I take that into consideration when I'm presenting those three offers too. There's a third company that exists that's come into play who has very strong and great marketing. They spend over $1 million a month on their advertisement. They had a Super Bowl commercial, and they make certain promises that they can sell your home in a certain number of hours, and that you can stay in the home for up to 6 months for free. This company is notorious at over-promising and under-delivering. I usually say if it's too good to be true, it usually is. They make certain promises on pricing. Their strategy is to have 2 people come into every listing, and they play good cop, bad cop. And they sometimes have what I would consider somewhat predatory sales tactics, so it's very high pressure, and their goal is to get you to sign that listing and contract right then and there. And if you don't, they get a little irritated with you. They make promises that you can stay in the home after it sells for up to 6 months, which can be true, but only if an investor is buying your home. There are certain lending guidelines that come out from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which do a majority of all mortgages, that if you're buying the home to be your primary residence, you have to occupy it within 60 days. So if you're going to sell your home and they tell you that you can stay in it for up to 6 months, you are eliminating more than half of the potential buyers in the market, because right now 60% of all buyers are owner occupants and will need to occupy the home within that 60-day time frame. They take photos just using their cell phone, typically, and they will put it in the MLS as coming soon. And they like to do this for 1 to 2 weeks, and they only allow buyers to see the home for an hour and a half, which as a seller sounds super attractive. In fact, I've had clients that are really attracted to that part of the process because it is so convenient. I only have to leave my home for an hour and a half on a day that works for me, go see a movie, go grab a bite to eat, and my home will be sold. That sounds amazing. That's not usually how it works. They will cram as many buyers into that hour and a half window as they possibly can. And I can speak from experience working with a lot of buyers that once our buyers experience that once, they usually advise us to just ignore their listings. They're not wanting to stand in line. They don't even care. They don't like the tactics, and they want to ignore those homes. And I know speaking with other agents, their clients feel the same way. So they are alienating a lot of people. So that's problem number 1. Problem number 2 is when you do that, you have the potential of missing out on buyers who might be willing to pay more for your property. Typically, people who have extra disposable income are not really prone to being told what to do and when to do it. They don't like that hour and a half window. And so if the hour and a half window is set for a Friday night and they're not available or can't come to town until a Saturday or Sunday, and if they were willing to pay substantially more for the home but they want to see it, you may be missing out on those people. So one of the things that we advise is, yeah, let's shorten that time frame, but let's give people a weekend to try and get in to see it. So we'd love to take listings and have them go active on Thursdays. We tell our clients to maybe take a staycation or go out of town Friday afternoon, Saturday, come back Sunday. We show the home, have it available all Friday afternoon, all day Saturday, most of Sunday, and then if we do get any offers, we review them on Monday with you. You know, their claim is, we're going to get you in an hour and a half, we're going to get you a bunch of offers. They put them in an Excel spreadsheet, and then they just send them over to you and say, okay, pick the best one. On the buy side, they don't contact us to negotiate. They don't do anything. It's up to us to send the highest and best offer that we can, and then you, as the seller, just have to pick it. What's different for us is I am pre-negotiating for all of our clients, which leads to us getting substantially higher sales prices and closing prices. And that's because I'm answering my phone, I'm having conversations with the agents that want to show it, I'm giving them information on where we're at with our current offers, what they need to do to present the best. Then I'm going back to the other offers and saying, you know, this is where we're at now. Does your client want to do anything? So I'm taking an active role in the sale of your home, trying to get those prices up and trying to improve on those terms. The other insane statistic with these guys is 27% of their listings cancel or expire, meaning they don't sell at all. That is incredibly higher than the industry average. The industry average is 11%, and my average is below 5%. So cancellations and expires shouldn't really happen And when 27% of the business that you do ends up walking away and not selling with you, that is a huge red flag. They're going to tell you that they're going to sell your home in a number of hours. Well, if you look at the MLS, their average days on market is 15 days. The industry average is 30. So they're not selling the home that much faster than the industry. And their average sales price is $479 versus the average sales price in the MLS right now is $494. So they're below what your just average agent listing the home for you gets you on their own. So I just echo the fact again that I think that they are over-promising and under-delivering just in order to get you to sign on the dotted line. And I've even had clients that have gone with them and then call me after the fact in a panic asking how they get out of the contract. Now, unfortunately, I can't give them any advice at that point because they're not my client and that would be a violation, but it happens and they don't like working with them. I do end up helping those clients then buy a home, but we're, again, under that timeline, they signed the agreement thinking that they would have 6 months, when in reality they have at max 60 days. And now I've got to get out and I've got to go find them a home extremely fast. It's worked out, but it puts a lot of added stress on them. They're not getting that much more for their home. And like I said, on average, they're getting less. And they're not selling it that much faster than the industry average. So again, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. So in the end, I think discount brokerages absolutely play a role. And for some people, all they're interested in is the price. What is it going to cost me to get this done? And that's fine. But I think that if you pay up a little bit, you're going to have a better experience. You're going to probably net more if you do that than if you go with a discount brokerage. And my company, we compete on price a little bit, but we're about providing an experience. And I tell all of our clients, it's not a matter of if something goes wrong, it's a matter of when and how bad will it be. And you've got to have a professional that is going to bat for you to help you navigate those problems that arise during the contract and who's going to fight for you. You're not going to get that typically with a discount brokerage. But if you're just concerned with price, then they are there and they do play a role. And I know that some people out there really like to do things on their own, and that's okay, and that's where they come into play. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time.